Alright, so for a while now, I have been planning on doing one of the most difficult trails in northern Arizona. I mean, I think I'm dubbing it one of the most difficult trails, but the name of the trail is legendary, and it is called the Dutchman. If we're planning on doing this trail, we have to be prepared to do it. And the Rudicon needs a little bit of work before we head out tomorrow. So the first thing that we're gonna fix on the Rudicon has been driving me nuts for forever, actually, ever since we got it built. And that's that my lockers are air activated with this little pump right here. The only problem is when the Jeep is running, for some reason the pump just keeps going and never shuts off, even though there's a pressure switch in there and I've changed things out. It just continues to run. If the Jeep's off, it turns off like it should. But hopefully by adding this little box here, don't ask me what this is, I don't know, I think it will help fix my problem. It should work properly when the Jeep is running, and that's what I want, so that it shuts off when it should. So, time to splice wires and get cutting. No going back now. I'm gonna do this and never look back. This just doesn't let enough. Alright, so that didn't fix it because I don't think this little box has enough range. It sort of worked, but not really. I just need a bigger one. I don't know where to get a bigger one. Another thing to know is the pressure switch is hooked up to the air. So when it reaches enough pressure, it tells the pump to shut off. And I've replaced this a bunch of times actually, and it never shuts the pump off like it should. Just need to run a different setup, I guess. I need these to work, and they're not. Okay, so tried the old compressor, we've tried the new compressor, we've tried a new pressure switch, we've tried a voltage reducer. It's confusing. Alright, so I'm going to deal with the air compressors later while I figure out what exactly I want to do with them. But we actually have a bigger issue at hand, and that's when I go vertical, my transmission just completely cuts out, and I have a slight suspicion that the trans pickup tube has fallen off, or the filter on the bottom. So we're gonna pull the transmission pan off and just see, and we're just gonna flush it all out anyway, because we definitely don't want transmission issues on the Dutchman. So we'll get the Rudicon raised up and start pulling that. That looks terrible. That's not how it's supposed to smell. That's pretty bad, so, yeah. All this looks good up here, except for that. This tube is sticking out further than this one. I think it needs to go up a little bit. Alright, so the pan is clean and I think ready to be put back on. I put the new trans filter in and knocked that pipe back into place, and hopefully that fixes a lot of my problems. Okay, so got this all cleaned up, need to get it cleaned out a little more, but it's looking good. Now the struggle of putting that pan in. I think we're ready for the Dutchman. See you in the morning. And we're here at the start of the trail with Paul. We got Brad further back there. And then some other people I don't really know who showed up yet. But we'll get the Rudicon unloaded and go find this trail. We're out here in not quite the middle of nowhere, but the middle of nowhere enough that we're gonna lose phone service. So before I left, I went ahead and I downloaded a portion of this map from Onx Offroad. What that's gonna do is it's gonna let me basically see where I'm going and know where I'm at while I'm out here. You definitely don't want to be lost out here. Search and rescue, yeah, they're there, but no, they don't really want to come and get you.
Yeah, if it opened right now, it'd be open the rest of the day. It'd stay.
So, Brad's buggy here, as capable as it is, it's worthless if it's overheating. And it's overheating because the thermostat isn't opening up. So we're gonna remove that. We don't need it today anyway.
Turn that thing up, turn your fan on.
Alright, so we got Brad's buggy fixed. We pulled the thermostat out, and what that's going to let it do is just cycle the water, whereas before it was blocked off, so all the water was just heating up and not moving throughout the engine. But we should be good for the rest of the day, and he'll fix it when he gets home.
This is the old days.
I know.
I built this thing over 20 years ago.
The old half doors. Alright, so this is how far we've gone right here, this little section, and this is how far we have to go. Well, we gave it a shot, but we just didn't have it today. But Paul might. not good. I guess it's time to put a pinion guard on. This is gonna be a problem for us, I think.
Made that look pretty easy. Wow. Tied down, I had to get up on there and winch him up out of here.
There's a workaround.
Is there?
Yeah, it's pretty sketchy,
Court.
but there is room. Yeah.
You can get up around that? Maybe?
Yeah. I'm more confident in this than that. Whoa, fire, dude! Fire extinguisher! Hand it to me.
Is it out?
No.
Get that. It's still on in there.
Wonder if you ought to leave it
Right, like right there. Then we can figure out what's going on with it. It'll stay right there, won't it? Oh yeah, we can fix it. Blew her right out. We can fix it.
Yeah.
A couple crescent wrenchers and we can put her back in.
3 days on pull.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's great. All over our face. It didn't leak that much out. Okay.
Okay.
It's not the greatest cut, but it's good enough.
Better than
What was on there?
Yep.
That was crazy how fast that went. It blew off and it was like,
It was just,
The reason it
it'll
caught
get
on
worse.
fire, I figured it out. I mean, the line blew off and was setting on the exhaust pipe right
it was
there.
blowing into it.
Yeah, it was setting right on where the O2 sensor is, the hottest spot right there.
Okay. I'm gonna say this because I said full hydro is safe. When full hydro breaks like that, it's usually in the worst spot, and a lot of times any steering's gonna break in the worst spot. So that doesn't make hydro steer any worse. It just makes it easier to fix on the trail.
I threw it. We'd have hooked on you and you pulled us.
I don't know how you would have. You would have slipped it on your lid and that's what it.
I got rig on fire, rig broken. I just have to roll over and I've got them all.
Yep, you're good. try that different.
That was really cool though.
All right.
Did it make you pucker? Because it made me.
Keep coming. Hard and left. Got it. Nope.
You ain't going nowhere.
Turn towards me. Towards me.
It's always weird axle hard. You don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's not coming up, Paul.
Never actually
What wins ya? It's neutral.
Is it wireless or real wireless?
It's
still loud.
Wins.
You were almost gonna go for a ride a few times.
Yeah, it had a little farther.
Yeah.
There's
It
a
wasn't-
fine point.
It wasn't there yet.
Blew you over.
Yeah.
And it was like the one I hit neutral and hit the brakes. There was nothing. I'm like, oh! I think there was no brake fluid in it.
Well, that was a close call, but only my rig caught on fire, so that's good.
I like that.
Overheat.
It's a little warm.
Alright, so we caught on fire just right over there, and in the last hour we've made it like this far, and I guess this is the last of the obstacles before we head out. I mean, it's pretty easy from here. It's been a lot of fun. No brakes. No kill switch. Sorry, no brakes. Let's go over some of the things that happened on the Dutchman trail. It was a great time, we had a blast. I'd never run that trail before, but it was on my bucket list for trails to do. But there have been some casualties. Number one, left side and right side of the bumper have seen better days. Wow, I even got into that. Wowzers. Winch, obviously, got freaking smashed up. Totally fine, the winch is totally fine. It's just this outer cover. It's not doing well. To come over here, all four of the wheels are totally rubbed up and like rock rash all over them. Absolutely abused. Rock sliders, heavily used, but that's what they're for. So nothing wrong there. Back end. Nothing happened back here. We're totally fine. This side looks good too. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. This happened. So I'm missing a chunk of my tire. Now, I am not actually going to blame the tire for this instance because I've driven this down the highway at way too low of a pressure, and tread separation can happen to like any tire. I'm not just defending Milestar here, but yeah, we're gonna want to get that replaced. Obviously we caught on fire. We got that put out pretty quick. So that's the first time I've ever been in a vehicle that caught on fire like that. I think if I didn't have a fire extinguisher with me, things would have gotten a lot worse because there was no sand, no gravel, no nothing to put the fire out. As far as everything underneath the vehicle, I got into my rear drive line a little bit, so my U-joints are going bad. So I'll have to replace those pretty soon. But other than that, we had a great time, fun trail, great people. Thanks for watching. What do you think about driving mini bikes to the Grand Canyon?